Holy shit. He said what?
Iconic comedy show. The puppet satire Spitting Image was back, but this time he is being mercilessly, ruthlessly mocked.
If I'm going to succeed in America, I need a lifestyle brand of creams and supplements. Gwyneth Paltrow has Goop, Kourtney Kardashian has Poosh, and Jamie Lee Curtis has Poogert. Now I've got mine, Meg Goo, celebrating the sexy earth goddess in all of us.
Meghan Markle lost it. Not just upset, absolutely furious. The puppet parody from Spitting Image opens with a lifestyle pitch that turns identity into product. The voice lists famous wellness empires and adds a new one with a chant-like name. It sounds like a promise and a challenge at the same time. The tone is glossy and confident. The subtext is hunger for status and reach. The image is crafted, the message is blunt, and the focus is staying present in every conversation that matters. A boast about creams and supplements becomes a vision board. Beauty, vitality, ascendance. It is a sales prayer and a statement of intent. The scene suggests a plan to own a market and to own the narrative that comes with it. The brand is not just a brand, it is a mask that smiles and never slips. The mask is loud, the mask is bright, the mask is unforgettable. The pitch promises more than a slogan. It hints at a world where everything can be turned into a product. Feelings, stories, relationships, even apology and vindication if that is what the moment requires. A single pitch opens the door to a long look at power and image. The room is set, the stage is lit, the camera is closed. The next moment stays small and sharp. Careful, Harry, I spilled some essential oils on the floor. A wellness line doubles as a household order. A gentle warning is also controlled. A soft smell, a slick surface, a quiet claim to set the rules inside the room. The bottle on the counter is not just a prop. It is a symbol of a curated life and a curated voice. The scene places him in a space that responds to her touch and her timing. It tells you who adjusts and who does not.
Careful, Harry. I spilled some essential oils on the floor.
No more following Granny's rules. Do not wear your pants on your head. Do not bathe on the butler. If I want to play polo in my living room, who is going to stop me? The answer arrives in one syllable. Me. A list of childish scolds makes the room laugh. Then a single word takes the room back. The ball thwacks. A lamp teeters. The line draws a border and dares anyone to cross it. The voice that says me is the voice that will decide which traditions matter and which ones do not. The point lands without a lecture. House rules now belong to the person who stands still when others freeze.
No more following Granny's rules. Don't wear your pants on your head, Harry. Don't bath on the butler, Harry. If I want to play polo in my living room, who's gonna stop me?
Stop that.
Right away, Megs.
Have you ever seen that video? A harmless question leads to a desk and a form. Where it says signature, do I put the royal seal? The clerk keeps it plain. That is not necessary. A box on the paper lists a previous career in royalty. It reads like a past tense identity. He pushes back. Royalty was not a job, it was a life. The next line bites with a smile. My wife has a Netflix empire. Who does not titles do not sign. People sign. The frame shifts from ceremony to paperwork, and the weight of that shift is the joke. A seal is ink. Ink is ordinary. Ordinary is hard when you used to be at the event. The office scene is quiet. It hums with fluorescent lights and dry voices. The form asks simple questions and offers no special options. It feels like a cold pool. It leaves you short of breath for a second. The point is not humiliation. The point is ending one story and failing to name the next one with the same clean pride.
Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Pull that video up, because it's one of my favorites.
All right, I've finished my clippy. Where it says signature, do I put the royal seal?
That's not necessary, Mr. of Wales. I see here that your previous career was in realty.
Royalty, but it wasn't a career. My wife's got a Netflix empire. Who doesn't?
So Pads, tell me, everyone knows you are the bear who likes to share. What is the secret to your eternal personal glow? Paddington smiles like a postcard. He says he is a fan of a South American product. The exchange steps toward a line that many would rather avoid. Is it Colombian? No, 100% Peruvian. Bodnamic, organic, catastrophic. Then a bright voice says, the results were incredible. It is a jolt wrapped in a hug. A sweet character delivers a sharp idea and the room laughs because the edges are covered in felt. The contrast does the heavy lifting. The laugh pops loud, then fades into the next beat. The scene does not linger. It knows how far to go with a sugar-coated sting. The words are silly enough to keep the tone from collapsing. The moment nods at a messy past with a cartoon smile and then walks away. It leaves a trace of shock and a trace of relief.
So Pads, tell me, everyone knows you're the bear who likes to share. What's the secret to your eternal personal glow?
Well, Harry, I'm glad you asked me that. As you know, I'm a huge fan of South American product.
Is it Colombian?
No, 100% Peruvian, biodynamic, organic, catastrophic,
Yes, I've tried it, and the results were incredible.
Meghan, this new Netflix show I am producing for you is going to be huge. Tell Eldon all about it. The pitch is simple. A beautiful swan is not treated as a beautiful swan until season 2, when everyone apologizes to her. The dream is not just success. The dream is public recognition of virtue and worth. The scene names the desire that often sits under a long fight with the press. A clean apology, a final word that cannot be argued. The swan preens in peace because the world finally admits what the swan always knew. One poster shows a first season showered in doubt. Another poster shows a second season covered in sorries. Faces that once frowned now nod. Voices that once mocked now praise. The arc is clear. Hurt turns into halo. The world falls in line. A single concept drifts from talk to contract to billboard.
Meghan, this new Netflix show I'm producing for you is gonna be huge. Tell Eldon all about it.
It's about a beautiful young swan, but no one treats her like the beautiful swan she is until season 2, when everyone apologizes to her.
Hey, it is the husband, formerly known as Prince. Any luck getting a job? The answer is a list. They had me driving for Uber Eats, but there were too many rules. Do not touch the food. Do not taste the food. Drive on the road. A royal line gives way to a route and a rating. Obvious rules sound like a cage when freedom once felt like the air you breathe. The joke lands on drive on the road because it is the kind of instruction no one should need. That is why it is funny. It says that structure itself is the foe. Simple order becomes a personal insult. A delivery bag sits on a passenger seat. A map blinks. A curb gets a scrape. The wheel wobbles for a second. A phone pings with a new request. 5 stars feel very far away. A small job becomes a mirror that shows how much has changed.
Hey, it's the husband formerly known as Prince. Any luck getting a job?
Oh, they had me driving for Uber Eats, but there were too many damn rules. Don't touch the food. Don't taste the food. Drive on the road.
I'm sorry, Rowdy Weddy.
I have tried every career there is. Prince, Hitler. Maybe I am just not qualified for anything. The line is a blast cap. It is there to make the audience gasp before they laugh. It reaches for the harshest word in the language to prove a point about desperation. The scene depends on the next breath. That is not true. You are a great husband, a good-hearted man. You have big, muscular teeth. It is an absurd compliment that rescues the mood. It hands out a smile and a small truth at the same time. The button lands with weary cheer. Thanks, Meg. I guess now I am qualified for this unemployment. A grin. A shrug. A sigh that almost sounds like relief.
I don't know, Megs. I've tried every career there is. Prince, Hitler. Maybe I'm just not qualified for anything.
That's not true. You're a great husband, a good-hearted man. You've got big, muscular teeth.
Thanks, Meg. And I guess now I'm qualified for this. Unemployment!
The 8 clips together tell one clear story. A person who wants to define a modern crown builds a brand that never sleeps. A partner who once wore a crown searches for a shape that does not shrink him. The house is curated. The lines are precise. The apologies arrive late and loud. The jobs feel small and the rules feel unfair. The jokes spin, but the picture stays still. Power lives where the voice that says me sounds most natural. There is a rhythm to the images. A bottle on a counter, a polo ball near a lamp, a pen above a signature line, a bear with a secret, a poster for a shining second season, a phone lit up with work, a shout that crosses a red line, a soft answer that pulls it back. The beat rises and falls like a breath. Sharp, soft, soft. It keeps moving forward even when the room feels stuck. Every scene plays out in public. A chant about a goddess does not stay in a boardroom. It slides into headlines and hashtags. An oil spill is not just a spill. It is a symbol for grip and balance. A one-word claim is not just a rule in a living room. It is a promise that follows every camera. A line about a seal becomes a question about names. A conversation with Paddington becomes a nod to a book and a decade of gossip. A swan pitch becomes the hope that the comment section will finally say sorry. A gig job becomes a joke about how far the fall feels. A shock line becomes a test of how much love can soften a blow. This is a parody, and everybody in the scene is a puppet. The show uses cloth and wood to act out a fight over image. The voices are high and bright. The masks never blink. The hands that move them do not appear on screen. The point is not proof. The point is feeling. Anger that sounds like music. Confidence that sounds like a prayer. Doubt that sounds like a list of rules. Love that sounds like a silly compliment about teeth. The pictures keep circling the same idea. Image is a coin. Attention buys space. Confession buys grace. Apology buys quiet. Every line and every look tries to purchase one more day of control. The price is constant presence. The cost is constant strain. The reward is a soft seat in a loud room. A palace is not the only place that can trap a person. A brand can do it too. A show can do it too. A comment section can do it too. The parody points at that cage and smiles while it shakes the bars. It invites the viewer to laugh at the noise without pretending the noise is harmless. It gives the characters a path that is funny when it is tiny and heavy when it stretches to a life. The first clip makes a promise. The last clip keeps it. The opening chant declares that everything can be packaged. The closing button shows what gets left out of the package. Sleep, peace, a sense that the work has an end. The 8 beats draw a circle around the same tension and write different captions beside it. The public often wants to know which version is true. The brand that serves a cause or the brand that serves a crown. The partner who lifts or the partner who leads. The answer depends on taste, memory, and mood. The parody does not argue for a verdict. It mocks the hunger for a verdict. It finds a laugh where certainty used to be and builds an evening out of that laugh. There is a quieter layer under the noise. 2 people build a house. One fills it with products and plans. One drifts from door to door trying to fit. The rooms shine, the lights are warm, the air smells like citrus and promise. The floor is sometimes slick. The ball still hits the lamp. The paper still needs a name. The car still needs to stay on the road. The bear still smiles. The poster still begs for season 2. The phone still pings. The mouth still says something it should not say. The heart still answers with something kind of slightly ridiculous. That is why the 8 clips sit together so well. Each one is a shard of the same mirror. Tilt one way and you see glamour. Tilt another and you see the need. Tilt again and you see stubborn pride. One more tilt and you see a joke that holds a little pain by the hand. If this breakdown gives you something you can use, click the video on the right to keep watching. Up next, we map 3 paths through the Meghan controversies. Tell me which beat landed for you. The brand chants, the oil line, the one-word rule, the seal on the form, the Paddington confession, the swan apology, the gig job rules, the crisis that yields to a compliment. Leave a timestamp. I will find it, I will read it, I will meet you in the next story where a careful image meets a very sharp joke.